Is Pokemon going to be replacing the Simpsons land at Universal Studios in Hollywood? And is Pokemon going to be making a big appearance at other Universal Studios throughout the globe? That's what we are talking about today. Woohoo! That was me being Mario by accident.
Woohoo!
Yahoo! Anyway, guys, welcome back to Bros and Badges. I am Zach. I am joined today by Joe, who always joins me on this podcast. And today we are going to be talking about, yes, Pokemon coming to Universal Studios. We are both big parks fans, and so this is pretty exciting. I go to Universal Studios here in Los Angeles quite a bit. I've also been to the one in Florida a few times. Love it. I haven't been to the new Epic Universe yet, but I'm really excited to check that out. I'm actually doing that later this year, so I'm very excited about that. But anyway, yeah, let's dive right into it. Joe has some of the juicy details, some of the information about where this leak, this rumor is coming from, why we're talking about this today. Joe, tell us a little bit about what's going on. Why are people even talking about this? Where is this all coming from?
So listen, Zach, as you know, I sit down with some of the big wigs during the meetings and take the information straight from them to you guys. And it seems like
you have a personal hotline with Miyamoto, so
oh yeah, it's not even a hotline.
Yeah.
We're just directly telepathically connected.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, not sure how it happened. It happened at birth too. It's just I came out and I was just getting pictures of Mario really early on. It was strange.
No.
yeah. They got me checked out, but it turns out completely normal. He just does that sometimes. I'm just one of his vessels.
You guys, you're hearing it basically literally from Miyamoto himself today. All right.
Yeah, exactly. That goes great in the title. Yeah, guys, so back in January of this year, Universal announced that they are doing an official collaboration with Pokemon and bringing it to the parks for some type of experience. Now, we obviously know that Universal partnered with Nintendo, part of the whole Epic Universe push to have the Nintendo Land, which has been doing phenomenally all over. It is in California, it is in Orlando, obviously in Japan, and it just seems to be doing really well. Nintendo clearly is trying to go the Disney route. You know, they were always compared to, they were always called like the Disney of video games, just because they kind of have similar practices and focus on the same demographic. But I think with these new moves to being in parks, it's been really interesting to see. But yeah, so we know that they're working with Pokemon. We know that it is inevitable that they are going to bring something. It's just more of a matter of what exactly are they going to bring. And I think all the pieces that we kind of have now give us enough to kind of have a discussion on what we think is going to happen, when we think it's going to happen, and so on and so forth. For one, we, as Zach said, think that they may be replacing the Simpsons Springfield and putting a Pokemon park there. Now, this one just makes kind of the most sense because obviously ever since the Disney Plus buyout of Fox, they have gained the rights to the Simpsons, which is always really funny to think about now that Disney owns the Simpsons, but it's, you know, Disney, what doesn't Disney own? So now that their contract is running up, it is a matter of, are they still going to be allowed to exist in the parks? That's obviously in like legal gray water. We know that obviously, you know, things like certain Marvel heroes, which are also owned by Disney, still exist in the parks, but it becomes a little bit weirder when we're talking about like a major franchise having its own land. And it just made sense that if you're going to lose the contract with The Simpsons, why not replace The Simpsons with Pokemon, right? Obviously, their fan base is one and the same, clearly. But obviously,
one-to-one.
In terms of just, one-to-one, honestly, it's just the same. I mean, they both have yellow mascots, and that's it. But, you know, that's enough to go off of. Yeah, I think that made sense. There's also rumors of it going to, I believe, I got to look at my... Sorry, I gotta tap in.
Joe,
real quick
what are the odds?
Miyamoto.
What are the odds they just reskin the Simpsons and they put yellow Pikachu ears on all the Simpsons characters? Like, that's Pokemon.
Yeah, they just give them red cheeks and pointy ears. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, you know, someone out there is being fooled by that. The amount of people that think Pikachu has a black tail, they don't know what he looks like. They don't remember. But yeah, so from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's either that. This part is the rumor speculation of like where it's actually going to go. So the Simpsons Land thing, it's possible, right? We're just talking strictly off of, we know legally the contract is coming up. We know that they're working on this. It just kind of made sense. But there's also reports of it being developed in Universal's Island of Adventure, which is another part of the park that is kind of, as they're creating all these new experiences, certain things get left in the dust. So they're going to want to update it. So this is another potential place that it could be. Now, in terms of like, well, what can Pokemon possibly do? Pokemon has recently opened up their own kind of little theme park experience, and that is Pokepark Kanto, which has been active for a couple months now. A little more than a couple months, and it seems like it's a really nice experience. Now, it's not an amusement park level experience, right? It is quite literally a small town that you walk through. You get to see Pokemon in the wild. There's very little to do in terms of activities, but it at least gives an idea of like branding wise of how we could imagine this being implemented in something like Universal. What I think is the more fun thing to think about, though, is we're in Universal. What rides are we getting? Obviously Nintendo Land had showed us a lot of cool ideas. We have a Donkey Kong roller coaster, a Yoshi roller coaster. We have a Mario Kart ride. Like these are things that are like super cool, super exciting. And just imagining this theming and these ideas and putting it in the perspective of Pokemon is just super cool, because the benefit that Pokemon has is they literally can do anything, right? If they want to make a roller coaster, they can have like entry level roller coasters based off of like, entry level areas, like, oh cool, we're taking like a nice little dark ride through all the regions, right? Something like that. Or we can go super crazy and you're going on a roller coaster named Arceus's Descent, and it's like some crazy thing. Like there's just so much stuff that you can do here. But what I'm really excited about is just seeing again that implementation, because Universal has proven time and time again that when they have the rights to an IP and they're creating a land based off that IP, they show nothing but love for the franchise that they're working with. So I think this deal is super awesome. I am super excited to see it. And I honestly think within the next 5 years, we will have this up and running in Universal across the board. It just seems like that timeline made sense. They were super quick to the gun when it came to Nintendo Land. I mean, the turnaround rate for that was crazy. And so, yeah, I just think it's a really cool thing for Pokemon. It is the biggest franchise in the world, so it just made sense that they kind of do it. So honestly, big win to Universal as well. But Zach, what about you? I mean, listen, we just mentioned we both love parks. We're literally on the only two coasts in which it exists, right? So I mean, we're clearly excited for this, but what are some things that you're excited for, and do you have any like extra thoughts on the situation about Pokemon coming to Universal officially?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm incredibly excited. I think this is awesome. Part of the rumor, too, is that it's going to start in Japan, and then they will then move it to the rest of the parks, which does make sense. We tend to see this quite a bit, like the Mario Land, etc. A lot of those rides started in Japan before they came to Florida, and some of those rides are still not even in Universal at Los Angeles. So I think that's kind of usually the trickle-down effect, but it would be really awesome if actually we see the Pokemon Park here first in place of the Simpsons ride. I would love that, but I feel like we'll probably see some Pokemon experience in Japan before we see it here, or even in Florida.
Yeah.
And there's also a rumor that the Spider-Man ride that closed down in 2024, I believe. Let me double check that. Closed down in 2024. It has not reopened. They haven't done anything with that space yet. So a lot of people think that they're going to implement a Pokemon ride there first. I think that's a good chance. That could be really cool. Not sure what it'll be. But let's move now to the most exciting rumor, Joe. You don't even know about this. This one's crazy. But this is the rumor for what the ride is going to be. It's called Be a Pokemon, and essentially you stand in this arena and you see like a Pokemon skin on you, like it's all like VR done, and then is what happens, they launch real fireballs at you, real ice shards, real electric bolts of electricity, and you just get pummeled like a Pokemon and you get to experience what being pummeled in a battle feels like. This is real. This is real. Breaking news. Breaking news, you guys. All right. Clearly, this is not a rumor, not even a real thing. But and I don't want that as a ride. But that would be a heck of a legal problem. Anyway,
Zach, you could get hit by dire claw in real life.
Oh my gosh. I mean, actually, dire claw in real life wouldn't be too bad. It just means I get a nap as an adult. I get to go to sleep. I'm not too sad about it. Why don't you hit me with a dire claw while I'm at work so I can just pass out at my desk? Anyway, honestly, what I think is going to happen, and a ride I would be excited about, is something akin to like the Mario Kart ride, but I feel like it would work even better with Pokemon, and it be almost like a Pokemon Snap experience where you are in like a pod with your friends, etc., whoever, and then you're going through this land and you see like different Pokemon appearing, and one of two things: either you actually do get to like do Pokemon Snap, maybe it's a Pokemon Snap ride and you're taking pictures of Pokemon, but what I think is more realistic to what they would do is you have some virtual like in your cart way to throw a Pokeball, and it's you catching Pokemon in this like kind of Pokemon Snap like experience where you're seeing different Pokemon on rails appearing as you're going, and then maybe also they keep track of like the Pokemon you catch throughout the park. I guarantee they're going to have some kind of Pokemon Go type experience where like even throughout the rest of the park, if you go to different spots on some app or some band that they sell you, they love to sell you. They already did with Mario Land on some kind of similar Pokemon band, or maybe they implement it to the Mario band, but I kind of doubt it. You'd be like catching different Pokemon throughout the park. Like that would actually be a pretty fun, pretty interesting experience. Would I pay for it? Maybe not, but I do think there's going to be a huge Pokemon catching mechanic. I would love an actual roller coaster, like you said. That's because I'm a big roller coaster fan. I just think that would be awesome. Like maybe you're riding something that looks like an Onyx, and it's just some crazy roller coaster experience. And if they have like little elements of it, looks like you are going through the different lands on this roller coaster, that would be awesome. But yeah, those are things I can think of that I would be really excited for. But Joe, let's end this. Yeah, what's your pie in the sky ride experience in this new Pokemon Land, whatever they give us? What would you like to see?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take a little bit of something I said and a little bit of something you said, and I'm gonna create exactly what I want. And I think that is,
let's see it.
I do want a Pokemon Snap dark ride. And when I say Pokemon Snap, I mean full on. I want it to be the bubble thing. Like I want it to be 1-to-1 to that. You're in there with a friend. You have what I'm imagining is inside of the ride, you have like a little screen that's attached to the actual vehicle that you could then go swivel, take pictures on. And of course, at the end of the ride, they could have you purchase the pictures, right? Like you buy a picture bundle so you can leave with your Pokemon, whatever. But what I would love to see, right? It's pretty cool. What I would love to see specifically in this ride, though, is what I mentioned. And I would love if they gave you like each room, right? Because, dark rides usually have individual rooms, right? Each room, instead of you just going to different biomes, would be you going from Kanto to Johto to Hoenn to Sinnoh and kind of having that experience. That'd be awesome. So that way you're seeing kind of like Pokemon in their habitat, but you're also seeing the evolution of the designs, going through the timeline of Pokemon.
To keep it authentic, do the frames drop a lot when you get Scarlet and Violet? Paldea? Is that how that works? Once you get to Scarlet and Violet, you're going like maybe 1 inch every 2 seconds. It's very jittery. The ride slows way down.
The rendering of the Pokemon are also like lower res, so you can't really make out what they are. I love it. And of course, in the distance, you have to have a windmill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, sputtering out. We actually decided the ride just stalls out when you reach there. Like, no, it's part of the experience. That's good. That's awesome. That's when they have mechanical failures. Is you reach that part, and it's part of the experience.
They're like, don't fix that one. Don't fix that one. That's good. That's Gen 9. That's good. Yeah,
that's good. That's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. By the way, I gotta do this. Shout out to my buddy Jeremy for messaging me on Instagram and saying, hey, you guys should cover this, and I was just like, absolutely, let's do it. This is our first actual request for a topic from someone. That's not true. I have had requests from other people. I've just never followed up on them until now. So anyway,
it's the first one you take.
This is the first time. So Jeremy, big shout out. You actually sent me a topic that I was interested in covering. So this is great. Thank you. Jeremy's my cruise buddy, by the way. We went to Mexico together, and we both got incredibly sick from food poisoning. So Jeremy knows what I'm talking about. Good
way to spend it.
Hopefully don't get sick when we travel to Japan to go to this new Pokemon Land or Florida or wherever else we end up going. But guys, that's kind of the rumors. We call them leaks, if you will. I mean, it's not really leaks. We just know that Pokemon content is coming. They are going to do an immersive experience. That's what they've said. That is coming, whether or not it's Simpsons Land or somewhere else. Hard to say. But yeah, I think like you said, Joe, I think in the next few years, like next 5 years, I would expect to see some kind of Pokemon experience take flight, take shape, and hopefully it's something similar to what we just talked about. Maybe there's a flying Skarmory ride. We fly in a Skarmory throughout the Pokemon region. That'd be sick. Something similar to like the Avatar Land, like the ride in Disney would be kind of sick if you actually are flying on some Pokemon throughout the regions.
So
that would be pretty rad too. But guys, let us know what you want Pokemon experience-wise in the comments, what you would expect to see from this park. Or do you think it's just going to be like the Poke Park and there's like one spinning ride where you're on a Pikachu and we call it a day? Guys, we will see you all on the next Bros and Badges podcast. Till then, guys, save up your money and get your ticket to Pokemon Land 2028. Let's go.